Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Hope you are having an amazing day. So the last video we left off in the primary suite in which I was discussing the wall, the trim, the paint color, and I told y'all I'll be back because we're still working in the bedroom and trying to get some things done. Well, today is the day that I am back and I am going to share with you guys what we're doing. So we're adding some trim into not only the bedroom, but also the primary suite bathroom, which let me just say, as many plans that I've created for clients, I've never myself turned on the machine and cut trim. Now, I've cut some pieces of wood, I've done some other things, but I've never done this. And so it took us a minute just to figure it out because Babe isn't handy. I know a little bit, but I don't deal with heavy machinery. And so he was here for the guide of like lifting and being support, and he went to YouTube University, y'all, to figure out some of the cuts. So I was just there like, babe, back up a little bit, babe. And then we finally figured it out. So if you're watching at home and you want to try it, I definitely say try it. All right.
You want to do one by one?
Huh?
You want to do them one by one? You want to do them one by one?
Do I want to do it?
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. Where's the block? Nope, bring it down. Okay. Let's not do it one by one. Let's cut another piece to make sure they all match side by side.
Let it go.
Then we get the pencil. So one of the major benefits of doing the trim work ourselves, the only thing that we were financially responsible for was purchasing the machine and also doing the trim. I want to say this came out to a total of about $500, but we've put trim now all around the house. So the machine has essentially paid for itself. We were looking at a bill of about $3,000. And again, that was out the window because we ended up doing most of the work. It took us, I would say, about 20 to 30 minutes to figure out the cuts. Once we figured it out, honestly, we hit the ground running because we did some trim work in the boys' room. We did trim work in here. We have trim in the front entry. And again, if we calculated all the spaces, it probably would have went over because I only got a quote for 2 areas at the house. Now, I am still going to have to hire someone for the entry because I'm dealing with a 20-foot ceiling, but at least that can come later down the line when we have taken care of the most important things up front, and then we can handle the smaller things on the back end. But I can tell y'all now, I absolutely love this.
I'll spend that 500 if I ever trap you.
This your done. Come on, Trapper.
Trapper of the year.
Come on, Trapper.
You got a little dust in your load. Let me help you. Load. Loaded dust, you know what I'm
Baby, if you don't,
I'm helping you.
come on.
Stop.
You're
embarrassing me.
Now, I can honestly say that we equally mess with each other. So I'm going to tell y'all now, if you are working with your significant other on these projects, I cannot guarantee that you're going to be working for 2-3 hours straight because there were definitely a lot of pranking. We took nothing serious because we also had other people in the house doing some other stuff. So I'm just going to warn you now that if y'all have at least a decent enough relationship and y'all working together, this may be difficult because my God, today, there was no way this man was really in and truly letting me work. And I was really trying to stay focused. At the same token, I honestly wouldn't change anything. I'm just happy that I'm not doing all of this work by myself, dealing with the frustration by myself. That he has really been here from beginning to end, even though this is not his thing whatsoever. But like, he was here and it just feels really good. So, for the ladies out there, let me just say, stop saying you're okay if you are not okay. Because I can honestly say, I think I was lying to myself when I said I was okay. I know now I wasn't okay. What you say, baby?
I don't mind either. I don't mind paying and I don't mind doing it myself. Because we're not going to do the basement soon next. So it's good to have the material to do the basement.
It's good to have the knowledge.
Yeah.
Because you can save some money on
I'm
something.
just put this old battery in now.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so tired. I ain't gonna lie to you. If I tell you I'm thinking about anything, I'll be lying.
I see. What do we want for the rest of the day?
Laying down
Laying down where?
in the living room, outside. Can we get some ice cream and some cold drinks?
We need some cold drinks. You want a beer?
I don't want no beer.
You want a beer?
I don't.
Come on, let's finish.
I want like a smoothie.
You want a smoothie? That's fat people shit. I'm talking shit.
I'm fat right
You
now.
recording?
Yeah.
Oh, let me stop.
Mm-hmm.
What you want? What you think cut?
You guys, I gotta close the door, so I'm not gonna see this green. I know y'all like this green idea when you finna change it. The rest of the house is not all of it, but 3 bedrooms is painted.
3 bedrooms.
It's gonna be slow, cause we calculating funds over here.
We nickel and diamond over here.
Come on, babe. Come on.
You wanna do this?
We gotta have this one. My door.
I'm about to take the camera and
See what?
no, I'm talking to the camera. Say, hold on. Alright, you guys. So what we were just doing, sorry, focus is on trash right now. Hold on. Okay, so what we just did is added trim throughout, and we're gonna paint this. And then there's also trim behind the door. So originally I had it to do this one, but we decided to leave a blank. But we're gonna go ahead and finish these 2 over here. But this is pretty much the bathroom for right now. Alright.
You wanna do this one?
So here we are. I believe this is about 2 days after us working on the trim in the upstairs bathroom. And so this is Erwin. He is the contractor. When it came to plumbing, electric, the engineer, we made sure in plumbing, we made sure that we hired licensed professionals. I'm going to say this again. Make sure you hire licensed professionals. If you look at the arch currently, it is gone. And so we did have an engineer, thanks to my realtor. He was going to buy a gift. I stated this before, but I told him before he goes and spends money on anything, I would prefer if he would put it towards having someone come in. And the great thing is he owns properties. He has guys also. So his engineer came in to check everything to let me know what I could break and what I could not break. With that being said, when we actually started tearing into the drywall, we noticed that some of the areas where he gave an guesstimation that it was going to be load bearing, it actually wasn't. So if you look at the arch currently, we had the middle one removed and you can see it's not load bearing, but I did leave the left and the right sides as is, so I had nothing to worry about, which means this area did not need to be inspected and I didn't need a permit to work within this space. Also keep that in mind when you are hiring, because even though a project may be moving, you have to be able to put together costs of people that are licensed to make sure that if anything ever happens to your home, your insurance is going to cover these projects. I know you guys have asked me about this in the past. You can do all the projects that you want to do in your home, but when you are working with someone and someone else's name is on the line, you cannot do it your way. You have to take advice. And so, as I'm doing these renovations and I'm fixing the house, I would like to educate y'all on things that you should be doing, if anything. So the guys right now are working on the extension and the landing. I don't know the name of none of these pieces going in. What I can tell you is we wanted to make sure that the new extension was going to be able to hold the weight. And so we did everything that we could possibly do with adhering it into the load bearing areas, putting everything, measuring everything, all that good stuff, and everything is good to go. I am going to be leaving Erwin's information down below for you. That is who is doing all the work. He did an amazing job, actually. I will say the only thing where we disconnected is on the finishing, which is why I kind of took that over. Is I don't think he's really that great with soft surfaces, and what I mean by that is just because you're putting up drywall, like doing a little bit of a curvature and doing a little bit of a softness. He's very like matter of fact. So I hate to say it like this, but he has like a guy's eye to things. And for me, I still like things to be a little feminine, especially in this house, because I am going a little bit darker in some areas just to kind of give the space a really great balance between me and Babe. And so I want some of the things that are being added to be a little bit softer and not so like straightforward. The next thing that I want to bring to your attention is you can definitely ask questions. You'll see that me and Erwin are constantly kind of going back and forth with each other because yes, I want him to work, but I'm paying him to bring my vision to life. So I'm not going to sit there and not say anything. So right now I'm showing you the before of what this arch looks like, okay? So there was a total of 3 arches when we first closed on the house. And you guys, like I said, I had one large arch. To me, I felt like it was way too many arches. It was obstructing the view when you look into the kitchen. Like the whole concept to me was totally off. Now, if you like it, I love it for you. But for me, considering how I move and how they move, I had to think of every single opportunity to make this house as comfortable and user friendly as possible. And so, with that being said, I felt like when the kitchen gets teared down, I'm going to be going with the bigger island. I'd want the pillars gone, which it would give me more space for this expansion. And so this is something that you want to think about also before you hire people. What you don't want to do is hire someone and you don't know what you're looking for and you have an expectation for them to know what you're looking for within the space also. So going back to show you what the new wall looks like, and I have to admit, I really do love the opening. It offered more sunlight into the room. Walking in was really easy. And Keto, who's my realtor, when he came in, he was like, Nadia. I was like, what? He was like, oh my gosh. She's like, everything you did looks so good because, of course, he saw the house from the beginning. And so when he's seen it now, he was just like, it looks really, really good. Again, this is Erwin talking to me and giving me an explanation, asking me, is everything fine? Does everything look okay? What's the end result? What am I going to do? Do I need electric? Do I need this? Do I need that? So we were really kind of going over the whole entire plan of everything. And so I'm very happy. I will be leaving his information down below. That way, if you guys are looking to do your basement, framing of a new home, bathroom, he is definitely the guy to call. His guys come out, they work, they're professional as they're working. He also has a cleaning crew that comes in. He provides trash. This is not in the bill. These are all things that are going to be separate and added on. But I'm very happy, even though right now we're still sitting in a home that still needs some work done. I'm happy that we were able to do this because, as you can see, the floor is really dirty. It's dusty. There's a lot going on. I could not imagine doing this after moving in, considering most of the furniture in the house is neutral. And yes, I am keeping most of the furniture. Lastly, when it comes to upgrades that you're going to be doing in your home, I want you to think about it the same way you do when you're purchasing attire or handbag, which is the cost per wear. And so when it comes to upgrades, I look at it two ways. This is aesthetically for me to make me happy, and this is to turn a profit. Now, of course, if you're doing it to live, then I would highly recommend living in this space for at least 5, maybe even 6 years, and then selling. Now, if you're doing this because you want to make a profit, then I would highly recommend looking at your neighborhood, considering how much equity is in your home, so you can kind of gauge how much the neighborhood has gone up prior to the purchase and the potential to where it can be at in the future, and base that on how much money you can spend. Now, because this is the field that I am in as an interior designer, I was able to get labor a little bit less than normal. Because I am on YouTube, I was able to get things sponsored. I was able to get things at 50% off. I was able to get 30% off. I did not pay costs for quite a bit of the items going into the home. I can move very different from how you move personally at home because I am on social media and I get things sponsored and I get things for free. So I'm never going to come on here and have you guys feeling guilty for making a change or not being able to make a change for something. My job here is to share my home, share projects, and try to be as realistic with you as possible. That way you can kind of gauge how it is that you want to move forward with your home. So, as I'm saying this, this is the upstairs area. The first time we went upstairs, the first thing I said to myself was, man, this hallway is tight. And the realtor said, yeah, Nadia is tight. And I'm like, yeah. So, as we were leaving, I'm like, babe, we have to extend this. Like, we have to extend it. From that thought, from that conversation, I really started looking at the house. And when I say looking at the house, I'm trying to find every single thing that was wrong, whether I was going to fix it or not. That way I can work out the negotiating process of bringing the price down a little bit. That way I knew that we had a great starting point with equity being in the house. That way I can go ahead and get this done. And I know that structurally, when you do something like this and you do the bathrooms and you do the kitchen, it automatically adds value, but that isn't always the case. But in the purchase, we were like, we need a paint, we need an AC, we need this, we need that, we need this. So it's really to your benefit when people don't do things. Now, some things did come up that I wasn't expecting, but overall, this was a really great buy, and we love the house. And so just consider these things when you're doing an upgrade. Is it worth what you're about to invest? So often, you guys see content creators and y'all think that we're in the same boat, and we're not. Because again, we have an advantage that y'all don't. And so here I am in the lower level of the house, and I'm going to show you what this looked like before. So this was a pantry. This was this. At the time, I could tell y'all, I didn't know what was going to happen with the kitchen. I just knew we were going to touch this probably sometime next year. We probably still are. But by the grace of God, and because I create content and I love what I do, about 10 days into doing the renovation, I was reached out by a company that wanted to sponsor the kitchen. And so this is what we're going to be doing in the kitchen. Again, so on that wall, we're going to be doing a pantry with a double oven, and the cabinet is going to change a little bit because that corner unit is going to house the oven, but then the other side, the cabinet, it will be from floor to ceiling. We're not going to have that opening right there because I want to be able to put the coffee maker, the toaster, things that I don't want on the counter. I want it to be hidden in that particular area, and it's right near the garage door. Also, you can see from the corner the island extension and how wide that's going to be. That was what I had envisioned. I just didn't plan on the company reaching out to us to sponsor this area, and they did. And so I'm extremely grateful. So I'm going to say it again. Your home should definitely be a reflection of you. This is not the time to start asking family and friends what they think. This is really the time for you to tap into yourself. And so, as you see me tearing this house down, before you say anything, please consider that I am designing this home for the people that are going to be living within this home. So, I'm going to leave you guys with that. Please have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.